In this video, we will be looking at the Borda Count method for counting votes. As you can see in the description, Borda Count is another voting method named for Jean-Charles de Borda, who developed the system in 1770. And in this method, the way that it's done, points are assigned to candidates based on their ranking. So you get 1 point for last choice. That's if you get a last place vote, you still get a point. You get 2 points for second to last, and so on. 3 points for the next place up, and 4 points if those number of candidates exist. After you have awarded points to every single vote, then the point values for every candidate are added up, and whoever has the largest point total is the winner. Let me give you a couple examples of some systems with a different number of candidates. So for example, let's say that we had a vote with just 3 candidates. So if you got third place, that would be considered last, right? This is sort of the last place vote here at the bottom. If there's only 3 candidates and you come in third, you're last. You would get 1 point for that. Then you would get 2 points for coming into second place. And then you would get 3 points for coming into first place with 3 candidates. However, if there are 4 candidates, then the last place is now fourth place, right? So every time whoever gets last place is awarded 1 point. So 1 point for fourth place, 2 points for third place, 3 points for second place. And in this scenario, you get 4 points for getting first place if there's 4 candidates, right? So this is a 4 candidate scenario. And the first one is 3 candidates. Now, it doesn't have to be candidates. It could be anything you're voting on, all right? I'm just using that as an example. All right, so let's think about it here. If we had more candidates, if we had 5 candidates, 6 candidates, 7, and so on, then the points would just keep changing every time. If we had a 5 candidate system, as you can see here, then the last place would be considered 5th place. And so you would get 1 point here, and then you would actually get 5 points for being in first place. Go ahead and see if you can figure out the other ones. Okay, now that you figure that out, let's take a look at an example. We've already done this example before, but we're now going to recount this election using Borda Count. So recall that the numbers across the top are the total number of ways that voters voted and ranked these candidates. So 14, 10, 8, 4, and 1. We have a lot of total votes here. All right, so let's add those up. 14 plus 10 is 24, plus 8 is 32. Plus 4 is 36, plus 1 is 37 total votes. All right, we're going to count each and every one of those votes in every slot. So what I do is a candidate by candidate approach. Let's look, if we look at this list, we can see the candidates' names are the choices are A, B, C, D, probably representing somebody's name. So for candidate A, right, we're going to look at all of their votes. I'll go ahead and circle those. So 14 people voted for A in first place, and then 10 people put A in last place there, 8 people last place there, 4 people last place, and 1 person right there on last place. So what you do is you take each one of those votes and you assign the points. Now, remember the points depend on the number of candidates. In this case, there's 4 candidates. So remember that would be 1 point for last place, right? 2 points for next to last, 3 points for second place, and 4 points for every first place vote. So these first 14 votes, right, they get 4 points each. So I'm going to cross that off. That would be 14 votes times 4. All right. Then the next 4 are all last place votes. They're only 1 point each. So these 10 down here are 1 point each. So that's 10 times 1 point each. And then 8 times 1 point each. And then 4 times 1 point each. Lastly, 1 times 1 point, or 1 times 1. Now, some of this multiplication you could do in your head. Some of it you're going to have to probably work out with a calculator. I'm grabbing my calculator here. So let's see. Adding it up from left to right. 14 times 4 is 56, plus 10, plus 8, plus 4, plus 1 gives me a grand total of 79 points. All right. Let me go ahead and do one more, and then I'm going to have you try a few. Let's go ahead and take a look at candidate B. All right. Trying to figure out who the winner is. And let me go ahead and circle all of the places I see B. Okay, there we go. Second place, third place, first place, and third place. So again, I go through those one by one, starting at the left. B received 14 votes for second place, right? I'm going to cross that one out. So that's 14 votes. And second place is 3 points each. So I'm going to multiply by 3. Okay, the next one over is 10 points, 10 votes, second place. So that's 10 votes times, again, 3 points each. The next one is 8 votes, but they're in third place, and those are 2 points each. Always remember the point system at the left as you're awarding these. The next one is 4 votes, which is in first place, and that's 4, and those are 4 points each because first place is 4 points. The last one is 1 vote, and that's in third place. So that's 1 vote, but it's worth 2 points. So kind of do all the multiplication. 14 times 3 is 42, plus the 10 times 3 is 30, plus the 8 times 2 is 16, plus the 4 times 4 is 16, plus the 1 times 2 is 2. You add all that up, you get 106 points. Okay, now I'm going to let you try the next two. For C and D, go ahead and calculate those point totals for each player. And then we're going to figure out, after we look at those, right, I'm going to have you figure out how many points for each one of those. You're going to compare all 4 candidates, and you're going to figure out who is your winner. And the winner is the person that has the largest point total. All right, do your best.